Blog Talk Radio. Has anyone ever told you you dream too big, that you have too many ideas, that you need to be realistic? What if there was a career and lifestyle that you could completely design yourself that enables you to do what makes your heart truly sing and helps millions of people benefit from what you have to offer? One that provided you with all the money you need to thrive, not just survive. That is the life of an enlightened entrepreneur. Welcome to the Aha Moments radio show, dedicated to the inspiration, education, and celebration of enlightened entrepreneurs worldwide, with your host, Mariana Cooper, founder of Aha Moments Inc. and AhaMomentsInc.com. Her motto, oh yes, you can have what you want, and you deserve it too. Join us for the next hour and learn to trust your aha moments to lead the way to a passionate and purposeful life. And now here's your host, Mari.
Hello there, it's Mari, and welcome to the Aha Moments radio show for the inspiration, education, and celebration of enlightened entrepreneurs worldwide. Happy Tuesday. We are on the eve of 12/12/12. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Tomorrow is 12/12/12. It's actually the last repetitive numbers that we will ever have in history. I read that on the internet somewhere. I hope to God that there's not someone who's figured out that that's not true, because I've said these kinds of things before, and then I get some mean email saying, Mari, that wasn't true. But I think that makes sense to me. And we're also entering into the gateway for 12/21/12. So these are significant times. It's not Armageddon. We're not going to blow up or anything like that. But there are some very significant things that are happening. And as I've been doing my daily channelings and meditations and things that I do in the morning when I wake up between 4 a.m. and I wake up around 4:30, and I'm up between that time and about 8 or 8:30 in the morning, just doing my work, and getting all of the guidance and everything that comes to me each day. And it's been very, very interesting. I've been doing a lot of writing. My hands have been hurting. So we're going to talk tonight all about all the different shifts and changes and some of the things you can do to sort of balance things out over the next, 10 days or so. Very, very interesting time, very powerful, some really, really fun stuff. So first we're going to do our housekeeping, and then we'll get on to all of that. And, of course, we're going to be doing some angel readings tonight, so if you'd like to call in, you can do so at 347-215-9485. It's 347-215-9485. So, far as housekeeping, so tomorrow, is 12/12/12. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. And then on Thursday we have the new moon. So if you're feeling tired right now, if you're feeling a little like run down and just kind of like whatever, do whatever you want because I'm so over it, that's partly because of it's Christmas and everybody's in Hanukkah, everybody's tired. But it's also a lot has to do with the dark moon, that we have the least amount of moonlight in these last couple of days before the new moon, the fully dark moon on Thursday. So just hang in there. On the other side of Thursday, things will start to pick up. Also, you may be feeling exhausted because energetically we are all being kind of twisted and turned with all of the kind of new energy coming in and the switching of the energetic grid. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But as far as, we have the new moon, which is awesome for starting new things, for new projects, for setting your intentions. It's a really, really great time. Very, very powerful time for manifesting. And we're also going into a waxing moon period, which is even better, because that's our time of flow, and we're coming to the end of the year and to the winter solstice, which is on the 21st. So this is like rocket fuel, faster manifesting than ever before. So please, please, please stay positive, stay grounded, and focus as much as you can on what you really desire. Things are going to be going a lot more quickly than they have been in the last, 10 years or so. And you're going to see a lot more indication of that on the other side of tomorrow. So we're getting closer and closer. One of the things I've been inspired to do and asked to do from on high is to introduce a new teleseries, and this series is going to be, it's actually in conjunction with the book that I'm coming out with early next year, and it's called The Path of the Lightworker. And the basic idea, basic questions that we all ask is, who am I and where do I fit in? And that's what this class is going to be all about. Who are you and where do you fit in? Really, what are light workers, and can you become one if you don't think you are one right now? Absolutely. If you're listening to this, you probably are one already. And we're going to be talking all about, it's going to be a 5-week class. It's going to start on January 14th. And we're going to be talking all about this new energy and what to do with it. We're going to be going in depth. You know, on the radio show, I give a little snippets, but this is where you really, you know, there are 60-minute classes, and we're going to be really going in depth in how to actually use the energy, what to do with it, step by step. You get to talk to me, obviously, in a group setting, so you can ask me direct questions about stuff that's going on specifically for you. We're also going to be doing something that is near and dear to my heart. There's a class, one of the class topics is called Breaking Free and Blazing New Paths. Most light workers go through a major career change at some point. They're either feeling stuck in a job or they want to make a quantum leap in, you know, as far as going from, you know, a job situation or corporate America to being an entrepreneur or having a healing practice or something. Now, there are many, many, many light workers who are not interested in being a yoga teacher or being in the healing arts or psychics or anything like that. You don't have to be in these holistic fields to be considered a light worker at all. In fact, there are many in big business who are doing some amazing things. There's, you know, light workers can be found in every walk of life and in every industry. And so, but this is something that's very tough on most light workers when they are in a job and they feel like they're being pulled forward. They feel like there's a calling, like they're feeling restless, you know, that restlessness. But they don't know what to do or how to get out or how to make the transition. They're scared that whatever they want to go to won't be able to support you, you know, support them financially and all that stuff. So I used to teach a course called Taking Your Quantum Leap, There Is Life After Corporate America. And this is going to be a piece of that, much more updated because I taught that a long time ago. I've learned a lot since I was teaching that last. And it's just something that constantly comes up, life purpose, you know, doing what you love, loving what you do, and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be a whole module in this class. We'll also be doing divine guidance for light workers, and this is going to go beyond just, you know, angels and all that. We're going to be talking about channeling contracts and what that actually is, you know, getting channeled guidance, kind of like how I get my guidance, where you're actually working directly with a particular guide or a collective consciousness of guides, and how to know if you have a channeling contract and how to start to open to channeling. And then we're going to do a class on advanced manifesting for light workers. And this is really, really important because now in this new energy, we have a different set of rules that's kind of developing. In fact, I was channeling this morning about it, and I got some really incredible insight on how this new energetic grid is going to be working and the different things that we can do now, because we're going to be able to manifest much more quickly than ever before. So we're going to talk about all of that and more, and each class in the Lightworker series, in this path of the Lightworker series, is going to have a channeled guided meditation. Most of people who've listened to me have heard me do these meditations. These are all going to be original because I'm going to just let them come through as we're on the calls. I'm not going to pre-write them or anything. And we are already registering for this class. People are starting to register, and I'm doing an early registration rate. So for the first 10 that register before 12/21/12, we can take $100 off. The class is $297 for the 5 weeks, but we're taking $100 off for the first 10 who register before 12/21/12, which would be $197, and we already have it half filled for those early registrations because I put this out yesterday. So we have about 5 spots left at the early registration rate. So if you'd like to join us and you want the $100 off, this is going to be I have not taught this class before. I've been writing about it, and like I said, I have a book coming out about this kind of stuff. But this is going to be really, really powerful for helping you to kind of really blazed forward in 2013 with all this 2012 stuff and all the Armageddon stuff and all that stuff behind us. The way that you can register is to go to ahamomentsinc.com/Lightworkers series. So it's LIGHTWORKER SERIES. So there's only one S, Lightworkers series. Okay, and you will be able to just get all the details of each class and register and all that stuff and get the early bird registration rate. Okay, so I hope that you'll join me in that. We have about five spots left for the early registration, so the sooner the better. So you get one of the spots before the price goes up. Okay, so let's talk about the content for tonight. I see a lot of you calling in. Wow. Okay, so we're doing angel readings tonight, like I said before, and I see that you're all already calling in for that. So I'm going to get through some of the content, and then on the other side of the first break, we'll start to take some of your calls. So let's talk about this energy, because here's the couple of really big things that are happening, and I have been meditating and doing my channeling and getting this information, but I've also been seeing it duplicated around the internet and with a lot of folks that I talk with and other channels. We are been comparing notes and stuff and on what did you get and what are you getting, and so it seems like it's quite consistent, and that's why I'm bringing it up on the air, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't bring it up. But here's what's going on. We have this energetic grid. We're all part of it. It's kind of like you're the potter and the clay and the wheel, So we're all made of the substance. And this energetic grid, obviously has been around since the beginning of time, but it has recently been upgraded. So it's kind of like going from, DOS on Windows, like the very first Windows, to Windows 8. Or if you're switching, and one of the ways they had described it to me is like switching from Windows to Mac, where you're just going to a completely different operating system. There's going to be new rules. There's new timing. When you go to a faster operating system, everything happens more quickly. There's different types of shortcuts. There's more kinds of intuitive things that happen to support you. I know if you've switched from a Droid phone to an iPhone, if you've ever gone through that process, it's like their spell check is ridiculously horrible, but it's very intuitive, almost too intuitive. It kind of gets in the way. But this new grid is what's really been shifting things for everybody. So with all this energy that's been pouring in, and I'm sure you've been hearing this if you've been listening to Doreen and all the guys at Hay House, and everybody's talking about the same thing, crying. They're all talking about the same thing. They have been for 2 decades now, but this is really the most intense piece of it. And so now it's all been built. It's been being built. It's like infrastructure, building a new highway. When you build a new highway and then you have another highway next to it, you have the old highway, right, which is now kind of reconfigured, maybe using 1 lane instead of 3 so that the people who normally travel it can still get there, but you're fixing the other side or building a new one, right? So let's say you're building 2 highways side by side. You have the old one and then you have the new one you're building. At some point, they're parallel and the old, we're still using the old, but you can fully see that the new is in place. Then one day they say, okay, we're switching gears, and all of the traffic is now going to go only on the new highway, and we're going to shut down the old highway. Well, that's what's happening with this energetic grid. We're literally being shifted onto this new energy, ready or not, and the old energy is shutting down. So if you're not really up on this stuff, if you don't really know the new rules, if you're not, aware of how quickly things are going to manifest on this grid, you will feel very uncomfortable, and that's what you're seeing a lot of. You're seeing a lot of people really messed up right now. You're seeing people, relationships breaking down, jobs breaking down, people's money things are going all over the place, Some people are even leaving the planet, right? You have some people dying and that kind of thing. Not that we're going to have Armageddon, but some people are choosing to just, I'm done, and they leave. Animals even, too. So this new grid is actually a really good thing, but it is like going from a covered wagon to a Lamborghini. So you kind of have to learn how to drive differently. Okay, and I've used that analogy in the past, but this is really this is it. There's no more driving school. This is the Autobahn is open, and if you're not like getting up to speed, you're going to get run over. And it's not going to be pleasant, only because everything, the biggest thing about this grid is that everything that you think of manifests a lot more instantaneously than ever before. You've heard me talk about this before, but there's always been this thing called like the vortex, or this like lag time between putting your intention out there and actually receiving what you most desire. Well, now that lag time has collapsed, and it's pretty much almost instantaneous as far as your thoughts being put into motion and actual visible results from them. So, and now if you say, oh, well, can I hit the lottery? Yeah, you can. However, if you have the least bit of doubt, that's going to be amped up as well. So what you're going to see is that if you have the least bit of doubt, it's going to be like you have 2 billion times the doubt. And if you have the least bit of hope, it's going to be 2 billion times the hope, because this grid is so potent. Okay, it's like extraordinarily powerful, extraordinarily potent. All of the things we've been talking about over these last couple of years, learning how to ask more questions, which opens you up to receiving a lot more from the grid than, making statements. Being careful with, silly phrases like, oh, you're killing me. Saying stuff like that, not a good idea in this kind of energy. So be careful with, oh, you're a pain in my neck. Oh, you're a pain in my butt. Oh, be careful with that, because it's a really, really powerful kind of an energy that it's neutral. Okay. So it's not going to say, oh, she doesn't mean that. It's going to say, oh, okay, let's help her get a pain in her back, because it's that instantaneous. Okay. So you want to be, that's like the biggest thing is that the new, energetic highway is opening, and that's happening tomorrow, 12. The real big thrust is, of course, the 12-21-12, but this is a gateway. So you're literally walking through the gateways into this new energy, and it's here. So it's a really good thing, but a lot of changes. So if you're kind of one of those people who likes to stay the same or live in the past, it's probably not going to be to your best advantage. Now it's going to become rather uncomfortable. If you happen to know people who like to harp on the past, and every time you say something, they say, oh, well, back in 82, I used to do this, that kind of thing is not going to really work anymore either. So you just want to kind of be up on things and moving forward, and being very careful with your phrasing of things and your intentions, okay, and your focus, whatever you're focusing on, and whatever you're putting emotion to. So we've been hearing all about that and the law of attraction, all that for several years now. But it was kind of like the training ground. It was like the training wheels. Now we're on the two-wheeler, and that even has an engine. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to talk about with this is, in addition to our whole new operating system, new highway, however you want to call it, there's going to be a lot more interaction with multidimensionality. We're going to be talking about that in my course, and a lot more interaction with kind of like parallel world and the collapsing of time. Now, time doesn't really exist, and it's a kind of a linear construct, so we can sort of work things through here on Earth. But if you've ever read any books on near-death experiences where these people have had experience with, dying and then coming back to life, where they've been dead for an hour or 24 hours or 2 hours, and this is, I was just reading a fabulous book. I don't have the name of it here, but I've read about 4 of these books in the last couple of weeks, and one of the things I did it because I wanted to see what their experiences were and if they were consistent, and they're all very, very, very consistent. One of the things they talk about is the collapsing of time, that there is no such thing as time, and how their current lifetimes and their, quote, past lives, unquote, and everything that's going on is all happening simultaneously. You don't have to wrap your head around that right now, but as we're moving into the 2013, what you're going to start to see is that you don't have to say, okay, well, someday I'm going to have X, Y, Z, and it has to be this long, drawn-out, linear process. it can, if you ask the right questions, the grid can spin it and bring it to you in record time. So there's going to be a lot more things happening much more quickly, and just recognizing that you'll also, with the right tools, be able to even walk yourself into parallel versions of this current lifetime where things are happening maybe a little differently and in a better way than they are for you right now, and work with that. So that's something else. Now, with all of these changes, we have some things that have been going on with our bodies, and especially for light workers. And I've been seeing very consistent evidence of this, not only in myself and my clients and many of my friends, but also other organizations that are supporting light workers have also been saying very much the same thing. So this is kind of a universal thing. And the channels like Cryon and stuff have been coming out with this as well. So I can't believe we're already to our first break, but on the other side of the break, I'm going to talk to you about what those things are that we've been kind of physically and mentally going through, and then I'll start taking your calls because I see there are lots of readings tonight, lots and lots of calls. Everybody's trying to get in before the end of the year. Also, if you want to get a reading for the new year, we're already booking into mid-January. Can you believe it? So if you want to get a reading, you might want to sign up now, because you might be getting your New Year's readings in February, because after the Hurricane Sandy thing, I got very, very booked up, and now that fundraiser's over. But I have some spots in January if you'd like to get a 2013 Outlook reading. Go on the website to ahamomentsinc.com/readings. All right, so if you want to call in to get a reading tonight, you can, or to ask a question, it's 347-215-9485. That's 347-215-9485. I'm Mari. You're listening to the Aha Moments radio show, and we will be right back.
Step back in time to the very beginning, before life as we know it existed. Stones have been on this earth since before the inception of man. They are keepers of ancient wisdom and messages. Tap into the profound wisdom of stones and let your journey begin at the Rock Girl Sacred Stone School. Let the Rock Girl take you back to those ancient days to learn firsthand the language and the secrets of stones. The Rock Girl will teach you how to develop your very own technique of communicating with them, allowing you to embark on your own path of self-discovery. Courses include Reiki, psychic development, chakra balancing and auric cleansing, hands-on healing, and more. Visit sacredstoneschool.com for classes and workshops taught exclusively by the Rock Girl of therockgirl.com.
Do you ever get a hunch about something and ignore it, only to find out later you were right after all? Do you know that you're intuitive but need help interpreting what you get? Need quick answers to burning questions but don't have the time to wait for a private reading? Then Mari's Intuitive Living Oracle cards are the tool for you. 45 gorgeous laminated cards and a full book of interpretations come together in a beautiful velvet bag. The cards have been designed and energized to give you the answers right now. No more sleepless nights weighing pros and cons. Ask the cards your questions and see what message your intuition has for you. To learn more and get your deck now, go to the store at www.ahamomentsinc.com and click on the Intuitive Living cards now. That's the store at ahamomentsinc.com. The answers are truly within your reach.
Are you at a crossroads in your life, facing big decisions about your life purpose, business, relationships, or other major issues? Are you wondering why you may be delayed in getting what you want? Or if you have special guides who are helping you? Then investing in a private intuitive reading with Mari is just what you need. As a third-generation spiritual intuitive, Mari has worked with thousands of clients over the past 18 years. During your private session, you will learn who your guides are, receive insight on the core issues that need attention, and get new perspective, clarity, and inspiration on what to do next. To register, go to www.ahamomentsinc.com and click on the Work with Mari tab to get all of the details. There are a limited number of spots each month, so go to www.ahamomentsinc.com for yours now.
Hello, we are back. I'm Mari. You're listening to the Aha Moments radio show. Tonight we're talking all about the gateway of 12-12-12 into 12-21-12, the winter solstice. Lots of stuff going on. So as promised, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that have been happening to folks, to light workers, and the way that we've been affected by all this energetic grid shifting. Like I said, we're going from, the old highway onto the new superhighway, and the old highway is starting to shut down. So in order to be able to speed up on the new highway, our odometers, our ability to go faster, had to be sort of pushed in a new direction as well. So our bodies are kind of like the cars, right? Our bodies, we can't take a covered wagon on the Autobahn. You have to get the right vehicle. And so our bodies have been upgraded and have been being upgraded slowly over a period of time. The kids are doing really well because they're coming in already upgraded, but the old folks like me, we're all kind of going through the, oh my goodness, and it's happening no matter what. So some of the things that you might be feeling is shortened attention spans. So if you've been feeling like, what you can focus sort of, but then you can't, it's kind of like you're hearing what a person's saying, but you're not really listening, or you're listening to what a person's saying, you're not really hearing what they're saying. Your attention is kind of flitzing around from place to place to place to place to place more than the average. That's part of this, the shifting energy. Also, meltdowns, that people quitting jobs and deciding, I've had it with this light worker stuff, I want to go do something else, or I've had it with doing something else, I want to go do this holistic stuff. There's a lot of that going on where people are realigning. People who you thought were going to be doing the same thing forever are just saying, I'm done. I'm just done. I don't care. I don't care what the money is. I don't care. I'm done. Feeling sad about the past. Being a little nostalgic. A lot of people are kind of going through what I call living life reviews, where they're reviewing what they've been going through and what they've had going on throughout their lifetime, and they're kind of coming to terms with a lot of things and being willing to let things go. You're feeling like all of a sudden you want to clean out those closets, you want to nest a little bit. That's also something that's been happening for light workers, that whole something's changing, I want to sort of lighten the load and let go of a bunch of stuff. Waking up exhausted from working all night on the astral plane. One of the things that's happening is we are all multidimensional. We are living many parallel lives simultaneously, and at night we are actually energetically awake and moving around and doing all sorts of things on the astral. A lot of this is work. We're helping assimilate the energy. We're helping a lot of people who don't have any clue about any of this stuff to amp up their energy. So we've all been kind of working overtime. So if you're waking up and you think, well, I think that was a decent night's sleep, but I feel hungover anyway, that is something that is happening to light workers. I've talked about this a lot before, but this is really one of the biggest complaints that I'm hearing. And I say complaints because people whine at me with this one, and that is, I'm not getting enough sleep. I keep waking up at weird times in the middle of the night. I can't get a full night's sleep. Please don't expect to get a full night's sleep now, okay? It's just not happening for light workers. It's not happening. Let me say it one more time. It's not happening, okay? Please don't start amping yourself up on drugs trying to get a full night's sleep. It's not happening. We are completely reconfiguring. People are sleeping in in a third, and a third, and quadrants, a quarter, and a quarter. You sleep for a quarter of your time, you wake up. You sleep a little bit more, you'll wake up. Okay? This is not unusual. This is very normal and natural for what's going on. We are actually and I've read this in a few places, we need a little less sleep than we have. Do not feel like if I don't get my 8 hours, I'm going to, gain weight and I'm going to, lose my REM and sleep and this and that. As this new energy and this new grid, there's a lot of things that we don't really need like we did before. And then there's other things that we do need that we didn't need as much before. One is lots of oxygen, getting out in nature. You hear me say that a lot. It's super important now. The other is to really listen to your bodies about what it is you desire to eat. Please don't assume that you have to be raw and vegan to be intuitive. I had a client say that to me the other day. And I know there are certain wonderful teachers out there who sort of insist on that, but it is absolutely just not true. And I know a lot of amazing intuitives who eat tons of meat, drink, smoke. I'm not saying go out and smoke, but they do, and they're doing just fine. I know other people who are extremely pure, and they're doing just fine too. So, but please don't feel that there's any edict that you have to become a vegetarian. There's lots of vegetarians right now in this energy who are saying, wait a second, I think I really want some meat or some animal proteins. There's a lot of people who eat a lot of animal protein that are saying, oh my goodness, I'm really craving kale. You know how popular kale has gotten? I mean, it's like kale everything. Like you can get curtains in kale at this point. Like, it makes me nuts. It's like a fad, right? Because kale is the new spinach. It's like this. I mean, the whole food industry has gone crazy over kale. It comes in all shapes and sizes. It's all over Trader Joe's. It's like kale chips and kale dips and kale spanakopita has turned into kale spanakopita. I mean, it's all over the place. Well, if you're craving kale, good, because there's tons of ways to get it now. But the point is that if you start to crave vegetables when you weren't before, honor your bodies. Your bodies know that their whole kind of energetic system is shifting, and so therefore the food that you're taking in energetically is either being used to help you to accelerate or to ground or to balance. There's a lot of systems that are being affected by this, okay? So really, really important. I see we've got a lot of calls, so I have a few more, but we'll if I have some more time later, I will. I know you guys, when you start to get on the calls, we run through time really quickly, so I'm going to start to take your calls now. And I see you guys are registering for the class, for the early bird thing. I don't mean to sound like a telethon, but it is a really good class. And this doesn't normally happen when I announce things, but I've seen several registrations come in. So if you want one of those 10 spots, they're kind of like 3 spots now, I think, maybe 2. You want to go ahead and register at ahamomentsinc.com/lightworkers series. All right. Let's start with some calls, Sam. Let's see. Who do we have here? The number to call in, by the way, is 347-215-9485. I'm just going to look at see whose name is lighting up off the board. Rhonda in Orlando. How are you tonight?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good.
What's your question?
Well, I kind of just want a reading because I was listening to The Rock Girl, and then you interviewed her, and I started listening to your archives, and I went to your website, and then I saw that you were on the radio, that you were on Blog Talk right now, so I just tuned in and called.
Okay. All right. Radio show, you have to give me a very specific question.
Okay.
Because we are only borrowed time.
Okay, so my specific question for me is, should I pursue a career as a light worker and leave corporate America? Because I'm in that transition where I just want to leave, kind of what you were just saying earlier.
Yes. So the answer is absolutely. You're being called forward, but there's no should and there's no pursue. Okay? Should exist in corporate, but they don't exist in light work. What you want to do is allow options to come forward to you as opposed to pursue. Doesn't that feel a little lighter to allow options to come forward as opposed to pursue? You don't have to go after it the way you did to get into corporate. It's kind of not the same. It's kind of a different kind of operating system. Again, I'm using these technical terms, but and what I will say is that there is a time now that whole transition goes in stages, and the first stage is exploration. And testing and building your toolkit, because most light workers, unlike like corporate, and I was in corporate for a long time, most light workers are multifaceted. They can do a lot of things. They are not necessarily they're hyphened, multi-hyphened people. Author, speaker, writer, all that kind of thing. So what you're going to find is that right now you're probably being really excited about taking class, trying this workshop, or reading that book, and feeling, getting this certification or that certification. Follow what you want to.
That's what I've been doing this whole year, like building that toolkit.
Yep, building the toolkit. So following what you feel most drawn to, and then choosing your teacher to go a little bit more in depth with, because and then as you do that, I think the business part of it will start to grow. Not quite just yet that you're ready to just quit your day job and go be a dealer or something, but you can actually perform light work right where you are within corporate by energy, and to specifically envision yourself casting light out in your office space, handling people a little differently, practicing some of your modalities that you're learning about in the place. That will start to get you rolling. But absolutely, I think you're going to be definitely leaving corporate and very successful on your Lightworkers path. There's no question about that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thanks for calling in, and thanks for following. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's see now. How much time do we have? Okay. So why don't we take Tawanda in Arizona. Hi, Tawanda. How are you? Are you there? Do we have Tawanda?
Marie?
Yes. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm actually a friend of yours on Facebook, but I said I want to call on the show and say hello, and got a question for you.
Go ahead. What's the question?
For last year, more so been doing a lot of internal work, really spiritual work, so I can bring my gifts to the world. Here in Arizona, getting ready to finish school. Not sure where I really want to go, but would like to come back to the East Coast and like to know what Spirit has in store for me, or what direction I should take.
Well, I was definitely going to say East Coast for you, not Arizona. I think you need to be near the water, probably in the I was going to say the first thing that came to mind was that kind of Connecticut corridor, like Connecticut, the Cape Cod, Massachusetts kind of area. But then I heard a little bit more clearly, like the Baltimore, D.C., but either on the Potomac or even on the ocean, but on that sort of a little bit lower on the East Coast. But either way, you'll probably explore a couple of different options. And it feels like they're saying you're going to have 3 options, and this is going to be where you literally can create what you desire. So instead of feeling like, okay, I need it to be predicted, or they have something in store for me, it's really what do you have in store for them? What do you have in store as far as what is your intention? So, one of the new things we're learning about on this new grid and in this new energy is how to create from the inside out.
Correct.
And I know you've heard about this, but it's really more important than ever before to be very clear about what you desire, and then they'll enhance it. They will definitely enhance it because they can see, that, your infinite self can see that bigger, the bigger landscape. But definitely the East Coast for you, absolutely, no doubt about it. And near water.
You see that sometime this year or maybe next year?
This year you have about a couple more weeks. So I don't know that this year everything is churning so much. So I would say on the other side of the new year and within the first quarter of new year, you'll be kind of moving along. As long as you don't get caught up in your head and start to analyze it and start trying to predict too much. Just be open and keep saying what else is possible, what else is possible. Asking those kinds of questions on this new kind of grid is going to be extremely powerful for you. So hopefully that's helpful.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. You stay blessed.
You too. Take care. Happy holidays. Okay, how about we take one more before our next break? I see. Oh my goodness, you guys are a lot of people calling in tonight. Sandra in Los Angeles. Hi, Sandra.
Hi. How are you?
How are you? You there?
Can you hear me? Yeah. First, I couldn't hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. What's your question?
My question is that I do a lot of traveling, astral traveling in the plane, and it's hard for me to get back in my body. When I do wake up, it takes like a half an hour to really adjust myself, and then during the day, I can go out and be lightheaded too. I could just be sitting, minding my own business, and then the energy comes, or I just get really lightheaded. So I need how to ground myself and also how to bring myself back in easier.
Okay, so one of the things your guides is you need a lot of water, and for you in particular, a little bit more salt. I don't know if you are on kind of a low salt thing, but salt will help you to stay more hydrated. It's feeling like it's kind of like, I have a huge plant in my office, and when it gets dry, it's kind of out of balance because in a way it's in the pot. So when it gets dried out, the pot gets really light and it flips over, and it's like a huge plant. When I water it grounds. It stays. Because the pot's heavier because it's got that moisture in it. It's kind of the same thing with you. What they were showing me is kind of like dry leaves as opposed to leaves that are fully hydrated. That your hydration level really needs to be in a good place. Your electrolyte level needs to be in a good place too. So if you want to try Emergency or that type of thing, Source of Life vitamins, liquid vitamins, so it might be helpful as well. They're saying it's a little bit more physiological than it is energetic, and body is just kind of, you'll feel more grounded. We're not trying to ground your energy out like kind of the old days. That's not really necessary, but for your body to feel fortified, it will make it easier to come back in. So, okay. So hopefully now was there a second part of that question?
I have so many, I didn't even know how to word them. I have a lot of stuck energy in my body that's causing pain in different parts of my body, and I need to work through that.
Well, you don't need to work through it, but what you need to do is allow I think that's probably why they were going physiological with you. Hydration help that a lot because that's a lack of flow when you're dehydrated, okay? And the electrolytes will help to balance how hydrated you stay because you might drink a lot of water, but then you're still dehydrated. If you drink a lot of caffeine, remember 1 cup of coffee is worth 8 glasses of water, hydration-wise.
I don't drink coffee. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. Okay.
Good. There was one other thing I was going to say to you. What was it that just came in my head, and it died out. I don't know what it was, but I guess that's okay. It might be because they're giving me a sample of what's happening with you.
Okay.
No. I would definitely also go by the water. By the water. Get by the ocean. Feet in the taking your shoes off and walking in the grass and in the sand. If you can walk in the early morning grass when the dew is falling, that would be good too to help you to ground out a little. Not ground out, but ground a little bit better. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Have a great holiday.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get to the rest of you who are on the line waiting. So please don't hang up. If you'd like to call in and get a quick reading, you can. 347-215-9485. It's 347-215-9485. I'm Mari. You're listening to the Aha Moments radio show. We will be right back.
Do you ever get a hunch about something and ignore it, only to find out later you were right after all? Do you know that you're intuitive but need help interpreting what you get? Need quick answers to burning questions but don't have the time to wait for a private reading? Then Mari's Intuitive Living Oracle cards are the tool for you. 45 gorgeous laminated cards and a full book of interpretations come together in a beautiful velvet bag. The cards have been designed and energized to give you the answers right now. No more sleepless nights weighing pros and cons. Ask the cards your questions and see what message your intuition has for you. To learn more and get your deck now, go to the store at www.ahamomentsinc.com and click on the Intuitive Living cards now. That's the store at ahamomentsinc.com. The answers are truly within your reach.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Facing big decisions about your life purpose, business, relationships, or other major issues? Are you wondering why you may be delayed in getting what you want? Or if you have special guides who are helping you? Then investing in a private intuitive reading with Mari is just what you need. As a third-generation spiritual intuitive, Mari has worked with thousands of clients over the past 18 years. During your private session, you will learn who your guides are, receive insight on the core issues that need attention, and get new perspective, clarity, and inspiration on what to do next. To register, go to www.ahamomentsinc.com and click on the Work with Mari tab to get all of the details. There are a limited number of spots each month, so go to www.ahamomentsinc.com for yours now.
Step back in time to the very beginning, before life as we know it existed. Stones have been on this earth since before the inception of man. They are keepers of ancient wisdom and messages. Tap into the profound wisdom of stones and let your journey begin at the Rock Girl Sacred Stone School. Let the Rock Girl take you back to those ancient days to learn firsthand the language and the secrets of stones. The Rock Girl will teach you how to develop your very own technique of communicating with them, allowing you to embark on your own path of self-discovery. Courses include Reiki, psychic development, chakra balancing and auric cleansing, hands-on healing, and more. Visit sacredstoneschool.com for classes and workshops taught exclusively by the Rock Girl of therockgirl.com.
Hello, we're back. I'm Mari. You're listening to the Aha Moments radio show, and tonight we're talking all about 12-12-12 and the Lightworkers path and all kinds of good stuff, and we're doing some readings, and I see a lot of you have called in, so I am going to continue until the end of the show with some readings. Let's go to the boards once more. How about Kim in Tennessee? Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you tonight?
Well, I am a light worker, not as a career, but just to help people with the gift that I have. I have had a lot of major things happen this year, and I've seen things really fast forward for the past 3 months. And what I'm wondering, and my question is, do you see a job that I have part-time now manifesting in or changing into a full-time job after?
You're not going to like my answer, but what I would say, if you want it to.
Okay.
And this is kind of how things are going to shift with this new transition. You're going to feel it. You're sensitive. You're sensitive anyway, so you're going to really feel it starting tomorrow, like the next 10 days. Like, you definitely want to make sure for you, drink some orange juice, drink, keep your blood sugar levels kind of steady, and drinking a lot of water, some green tea, they're saying for you as well, chamomile tea, because your physiological body is going to be more sensitive than the average person. Yes, you can create that into more of that kind of a job, but what they're asking is that you start to, they're saying, I'm going to say it as they say it, wrap your head around the idea that your gifts that you have can be the work that will bring you more money than any of the other things you're considering. You're still running on a parallel track in your head that this is the stuff that makes money and this is the stuff that helps people, and the two don't meet. And that's absolutely, like, I'm going to say it as they say it, primitive thinking. That's not true. So joy is the new, high octane fuel. It's like joy is black, it's like the new neutral. It's the thing that goes with everything, and it's the thing that accelerates everything. This part-time thing, you want to become the full-time thing, you're just saying, will I be secure so I can do my light work without having to ever think about it putting food on the table? And, you can create that, but will it be a much harder road than your light work putting food on the table? Yes. So be careful what you wish for, okay? And just start to ask, the question you might want to ask a little differently is, how can I be a contribution doing something that makes my heart sing and brings me more money than I know what to do with?
Okay.
And that will start to give you some new awarenesses about options that you can't see with your physical mind, but your infinite self is trying to get you some new directions, but you're kind of holding on to the reins real tight of what you feel you can see and what you consider to be reality. So you're kind of blocking that. So just open yourself up a little bit more, and I think you'll see some nice unfoldings over the next few weeks. By January 15th to January 30th, let it, give it some time to percolate. There's a lot going on in the atmosphere right now.
Great. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a great holiday season. Okay, let's see here. Who else do we have? We have Angela in Maryland. Hello, Angela. How are you?
Hi there. How are you?
Good.
I know I'm long-winded, so I'm going to just keep it nice and short. There are a lot of things that are coming up in my life, and I just need to know where the right direction is. I'm an artist, plus I'm also in a semi-corporate world.
And with
the new energy that's coming in, how do I embrace this new energy in my life?
I don't think you have to embrace it. I think it's just there. It's, you walk in the room and the oxygen's already plentiful. It's the same thing. You don't really have to embrace it. I think what you have to embrace is being yourself and being. So I don't think it's really you have to start harnessing energy or anything like that. It's already there, and you're already there. Bridge the gap that's there between you and it is just your perception about, again, like the last caller, can I survive doing what I love versus, stay in the thing that's, quote, secure and safe, unquote.
Mm-hmm.
And it's new energy, secure and safe, is being true to yourself, putting who you truly are out there first and foremost, because people want the authentic you.
Okay.
That's to drive. Remember, currency is like the current. It's like the flow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you take out currency, what is that? It's flow. If you are doing what makes your heart sing and you're being a contribution, money will flow. And that's the focus. So that's where I would kind of make your target. Not necessarily a goal, but your target. So don't worry about energy. It's already there.
Okay, because right now I don't really have a job. I really want a job. So
want means lack. So you might say, I desire to be a greater contribution that will also make me money too. What contribution can I be that will truly make my heart sing and give me more money than I know what to do with?
Okay.
The podcast recorded. I know you're writing fast and furiously, but it's going to be on the podcast, so you can get the recording. You can hear the phrase.
I'm not writing. Really, I'm looking at a rock right now, and every time I turn this rock around, I see more and more faces inside of it, which is interesting.
Okay.
All righty then. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great night. Good luck with everything. Okay, so let's see. We have just a few more minutes. I think we have enough time for one more person, let's see. How about Kathy in Indiana? Hi, Kathy.
Hi. Hi. Can you hear me?
Sure can. What's your question?
Yes. Do you know what this energy has been coming at me the last 2 or 3 years? And it's when I go to bed, my room is totally dark, and within me 5 minutes of going to bed, my whole room is lit up.
Oh.
And you can see it coming in around the curtains, and it affects even the neighbors, the light, how bright it gets. It doesn't matter what time I go to bed.
Yeah, that's galactic energy. How cool is that? Galactic energy is and what happens is a lot of them have been doing hovering, where they hover around you and they give you, there's a lot of light that starts to shine through. That's actually happened for me too. And it's just them observing and helping you to balance your energy and to sort of give you insight and just physiological support as well as energetic support in assimilating all the new energy. So I would just bask in it, enjoy it, and you can even, it would be a good time when that happens to just start asking questions like, what's possible for me? And, you can even ask the light, why are you here? And what do you represent? And make sure you keep a journal with you. And they're saying in your dreams you'll get some more insights, but it's a very positive thing. So you don't have to really do anything but, let it work to your advantage and befriend it, because it's really good and it's filled with a lot of wisdom for you. So it also was a catalyst for you to ask this question so that you can move down your path with a little bit more assistance, because they're saying you're very, very independent, and they're there to help you. So hopefully, I know I think Sam had muted you because of a lot of noise in the background. So let me just see.
Yeah, I can go out of town and nobody feels anything, but I can feel it wherever I go, and I come back and it happens.
Absolutely.
But I feel more energetic, and I just like, okay, it's coming. It's strong tonight.
And it'll get stronger. So good luck. Have a great holiday season. Hopefully that was helpful. Okay, let's see. We have about 2 minutes. So I know, Natalie, you have been waiting in San Francisco, so hello there. Are you still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. Thanks for taking my call, Mari. I appreciate it. I gave up my business earlier this year and have been in a bit of a soul search around my next step career-wise. And I'm just kind of curious as to what you see coming up for me. I'm starting to get ideas around things, and I'm actually kind of excited. So, just wondering.
The first thing that came up was arts and entertainment. I don't know if there's something that you're considering. Okay. Am I still on, Sam? I'm having this weird click on the line here.
You're having a click?
Okay, still there. I can hear you still. Okay, fine. So what I would say, the first 2 words that came up with was around the arts or cultural events or entertainment of that type, like edutainment, kind of educating and entertaining simultaneously. Keeping it really fun, keeping it light. They also are mentioning kids. So I don't know if you've been thinking about working with kids at all, but either it would be something that could spill over to children, or children might be attracted to a new direction. So what I would say is, on the other side of the new year, things are a little they're kind of churning right now, and energetically. So what I would do is I would start to program some dreams and ask in your dream state, to sort of give you a flash of what's the most powerful for you, direction for you to go. And I would also understand that we're moving out of that kind of predictive time and into that allowing, kind of focusing on what you most want, and then it's really more so than ever before going to kind of configure right before your eyes if you're willing to receive it. I think
all right.
A lot more control of this than you might think as far as the creation of it and the design of it. Let's look at it like that. All
Okay.
right?
Well, that sounds great. I'm getting just gotten a prayer buddy, and so we're doing some. We're just going to be starting that kind of thoughtful prayer and process. So I'm going to be, and also the dream state. I think that's a great suggestion. So thank you.
You're so welcome. Well, happy holidays to you. Enjoy.
Hey, you too. Happy holidays. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Bye. Okay, you guys, guess what? We have come to the end of yet another Aha Moments radio show. I can't believe it. That went really, really fast. I'm very, very excited about all of this energy rushing in. Finally it's going to be so much easier, believe me, after we get through these next 10 days, because everybody's going to be on the same road. You know, we're not going to have so much of this churn and confusion. And all of these different energies are going to be in place. And I think that you're going to see a nice unfolding for all of you as long as you stay focused and realize you're in a lot more control of all this than you think. You know, a lot more than we have been in the past, that is for sure. So I would love to see you in class with me. So you can go to ahamomentsinc.com/Lightworkers series. I'd love to have you. We have gotten a lot of registrations since I've been on this call. Hopefully we have a couple more early registration spots open. I think maybe we have one. I have to look. I can't count right now. But anyway, I look forward to seeing you next week. We're going to be doing our holiday wishes show. So we're going to be doing a big guided meditation and using this new energy. We'll be in between the 12-12-12 and the winter solstice. And we'll be using this new energy to manifest. And I'm going to be talking about a new type of manifesting, much more advanced, using this new grid, and it's called 0 point manifesting. That was just channeled to me yesterday, and I've been using it myself today, and it's like, OMG, things are moving really, really fast. So with that being said, I guess that's it for tonight. And, you know, I always say that you truly can have exactly what you want. You absolutely deserve it, too. And in this energy, anything is possible. See you next week, everybody. Take care.
You've been listening to the Aha Moments radio show with your host, Mari. Be sure to visit her blog and website at www.ahamomentsinc.com. That's AHA, moments with an S, inc.com. Also join Mari on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ahamomentsinc and Twitter at twitter.com/ahamoments. We can't wait to see you there.
Và đến